Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to this new unit, that is unit number 4, oscilloscope. Okay, so till now we have successfully completed 3 units from this whole syllabus. So 50% of this syllabus is completed till now, and I think you all have go through the contents that we have covered, the video lectures that we have covered, and throughout that if you have any doubts, again you can ask me. Okay, so I think you have studied that part very well, and now we have to move forward to the next part of this syllabus, that is next unit, the named as oscilloscope. Okay, so now I think you know oscilloscope. If you heard this word like oscilloscope, then I think one important equipment comes into your mind, that is CRO, which is also named as a cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, so before moving towards this oscilloscope or a CRO, see why we want a CRO. Okay, so basically CRO is measuring device, or it is also called as a display device, which can be used to display the waveform from the circuit. Okay, and after that study of that waveform, we can analyze that waveform and we can get different important data from that, like its frequency and amplitude and all other things. Okay, so if you see, before invention of the CRO, the galvanometer and other mechanical devices were existed for a long time. Okay, but the most important limitation of that galvanometer and other mechanical measuring device was they were having a very slow response. Okay, so that's why if you see, nowadays oscilloscopes are used which are capable of giving a faster response than these mechanical devices. Now if you see this CRO, it is most versatile tool which can be used for development of electronic circuits and systems, and that is nothing but your cathode ray oscilloscope. So it allows the amplitude of electrical signals, whether they are voltage, current or power, to be displayed as a function of a time. Okay, so there is one display on oscilloscope, and we will see that diagram of a CRO. I think you have seen that. We will see the front view of that in next lecture. Okay, but in this lecture we will just see the basic internal parts. After that we will see some animated videos of that, so which will be very useful for that, and after that we will see the detailed study of each and every block inside that. Okay, so we have to see how this CRO is invented and what is the story behind that. So in 1880 or 79, the scientist William Crookes demonstrated that this cathode ray can be deflected in a vacuum tube by using a magnet. Okay, so I think you are aware about cathode ray. If you are not aware, don't worry, we will see what do you mean by cathode ray. But he demonstrated that the cathode ray can be deflected in a vacuum tube by using a set of a magnet. Okay, so the combination of a focusing element were used to produce a narrow electron beam aimed at a fluorescent target or a fluorescent screen, we can say. Okay, so this combination of a focusing element were used to produce a narrow beam, which is electron beam, on a fluorescent screen, we can say, and which is also called as a cathode ray. The combination of all these elements formed a tube, which is also known as Crookes tube, and later it was named as a cathode ray tube, that is a CRT or a electron beam. Okay. So if you see, the CRT or cathode ray tube is a heart of the CRO. We will see how it works afterward, don't worry about that. It is also called as an electron beam tube. Okay, so if you see the CRO is dependent on the movement of an electron beam. Okay, so we will see afterwards that. So before that, let us see introduction. Okay, so as discussed earlier, CRO is cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, so it is a versatile electronic instrument which gives you visual display of signals. Okay, it is also used for measurement of frequency, amplitude and a phase. Okay, if you see any circuit, and if that circuit is having different types of components, different sets of components, then you have to just use one CRO probe, and we have to just apply that CRO probe on selected component across selected components, and after that it will give you a visual display of a frequency, amplitude and a phase like this. Okay, so it is also used in determining the nature and the characteristics of various components, because by measuring the frequency, amplitude and phase across any component, it will give you the nature of the characteristics or behavior of components. Okay, so that's why it's also again important, because by the eyes we can't see that waveforms directly in any circuit, so that's why we require some visual display, and the CRO offers that visual display. So as discussed earlier, cathode ray tube, that is a CRT, is a heart of oscilloscope. Okay, so to study CRO, in short, we can say that we must know the detailed study of this CRT, and for the understanding of this CRT, we have to see animated videos for that on a YouTube. So we will see that later, don't worry about that. Okay, so we have to see that, and after that we will see the detailed study, theoretical study of that. Okay, CRO is dependent on the movement of an electron beam. So as discussed earlier, CRO is dependent on the movement of that electron beam, so which is nothing but a narrow electron beam aimed at that fluorescent target we have seen. This electron beam is bombarded aiming at the fluorescent target in order to produce a visible spot. Okay, so how it is possible, that we will see afterwards. If the electron beam is deflected along both x and y axis, okay, so this electron beam is bombarded or deflected along both this x and y axis, then two-dimensional display is produced. This is the basic working principle of this CRO. This beam is deflected at a constant rate, okay, and that x axis contains time that is deflected along the y axis in response to the input voltage. Okay, so that we will see afterwards how it is possible in animated videos, and this produces time dependent variation of the input voltage. Okay, so again I am repeating, the beam is deflected at a constant rate, the x axis contains the time that is deflected along the y axis in response to the input voltage, and this produces the time dependent variation of the input voltage. Okay, so that's why if you see the heart of the oscilloscope is called as cathode ray tube, which deflects the beam of electrons to make the applied signal visible. Okay, and if you see the block diagram, let us see the block diagram of this CRO. So this is the block diagram of a CRO. Okay, now if you see this unit, the unit's name is oscilloscope. So in this unit we have to study each and every part in detail. Okay, so that's why this is the simple block diagram of a CRO, and we have to study this each and every part, like vertical amplifier, delay line, this horizontal amplifier, and all these things one by one in deep. Okay, so just see the different blocks which are present over here. As I discussed earlier, this is the CRT which is also called as a cathode ray tube, okay, which is the heart of this CRO. Inside this there are two important systems or plates. This is called as a vertical, these are called as a vertical plates, and these are called as a horizontal plates. Okay, so the H is for horizontal and V is for vertical. Okay, so and there is one electron gun. So these are 3 to 4 important parts of the CRT. This is one electron gun. So what is the use of this? We will see afterwards. Then there is a vertical plates system, then horizontal plates or horizontal plate systems, and there is a fluorescent screen on which electron beam is bombarded. Okay, so as I discussed earlier, the beam, the electron beam, this beam is deflected along the x axis and the y axis, then it produces the two-dimensional display. Okay, and this beam is deflected at a constant rate, and generally the x axis or x axis contains time that is deflected along the y axis in response to the input voltage, and the variation is produced in the input voltage. Okay, so we will see in deep how it works. Okay, so if you see, this is a delay line. This is related to this vertical amplifier, this delay line. This vertical plates are nothing but a vertical deflection system. So this is whole vertical deflection system. Similarly, this trigger, time-based generator, horizontal amplifier, and this horizontal plates are nothing but a part of a horizontal deflection system. So these are the two important systems: vertical deflection system, all this, and all this is horizontal deflection system. Okay, and there is a screen, there is an electron gun, and this is a CRT tube. Okay, and along with that, we require two types of supplies. One is high voltage supply, and another is a low voltage supply. Okay. So if you see here, this low voltage supply is given to all the circuits which is having a requirement of a low voltage, and generally this high voltage supply is applied mainly to the CRT, which requires very high voltage. And what is that high voltage, that we have to see, okay, afterwards. So let us see the main building blocks of a CRO. So if you see cathode ray tube, this is the main block. I think most important block inside this. If this CRT fails, then your CRO will not work. Then vertical deflection system, as I discussed earlier, vertical deflection system, all this vertical deflection system. Then delay line. Okay, so delay line is again, we can say this is part of a vertical deflection system, but separately we have to study the working of this. Then horizontal deflection systems, inside which we have to see trigger circuit, time-based generator, horizontal amplifier. Okay, so again one by one we have to see this. So these are the some main building blocks of the CRO. Okay, now we have seen this block diagram of a CRO. Okay, so I think theoretical knowledge is this much theoretical knowledge to understand only the basics of the CRO is we can say sufficient, but inside this we have to see each and every block in deep. Okay, so that we will see in next lecture. But now you must know how this CRT internally functions. That is very important. If you see that animated videos that I am going to share now, if you see that, then it will be very easy to understand this CRO, because this understanding is very important. Okay, so right now I will stop here, and after that you have to see that two animated videos. Okay, and in next lecture we will see theoretical detailed study of this CRT. So actual voltage, what a voltage is applied, and all these things, how this works, and all these things we have to see afterwards. Okay, so this much is sufficient now, I think, and after this stay online. I will share the animated videos, link of this animated videos, and we have to see these two videos, and after that we will, in next lecture we will start with the detailed study of a basic principle of a CRT. Okay, so thank you very much. Stay online. Thank you.